Hello once again, microbial friends. And today I'm going to do a drawing for you. I'm going to use my straight edge here for just a moment. Don't need that much room below it. Just to give me a little bit of a straight line here. And the topic of this video is biofilm formation. And there are 9 different steps in this process. They don't always proceed exactly in order, but we're going to start off one that is typically the way it all starts, which is there's going to be a deposition of some molecules, some ambient molecules that are going to be deposited on our substratum, which is what we have down here. This is our substratum. Just some surface. It could be a rock in a stream. It could be a catheter that is in a hospital but to be used in a patient. It could be a hip implant. It could be a brick wall. It could be any of a number of different things. It has to have to be some surface, something that's sitting still. So we're going to put some molecules down, some ambient molecules, something that's going to serve as nutrients for some of our early colonizers of this biofilm. So first thing that happens, substratum is going to be preconditioned in some way. Basically, we're setting the table for the microbes of the biofilm to move in. Saying, come and get it, microbes. Second thing that's going to happen is going to be cell deposition. So we'll bring some cells in here. And that one looks kind of like corn dog. That one's looking a little more flagellar. So some cells are going to come in. They're going to say, something good to eat down here. We're going to nosh on these molecules there. Step 3, these microbes like it so much, they're going to be absorbed into the substratum, in a sense. They're like, yep, we're here and we're gonna stay. Although not all cells are gonna stay. Some cells are going to desorb. Believe it or not, that is a word. So step 4 is cell desorption. Basically the opposite of absorption. And we're gonna start to build up some stuff over here. Because of step 5, what happens next is we've got our nice little dog pile of cells here. And they're going to start releasing molecules to signal to each other, telling them, hey, let's change our physiology. Let's start building a biofilm proper here. So step 5 is going to be some cell to cell signaling using small molecules and the onset of exopolymer production. So exopolymers are essentially molecules that are exported out of the cell. So these could be lipids, they could be liposaccharides, they could be polysaccharides, proteins, nucleic acids, many different types of large biological molecules can be exported out of the cell at this point. Step 6, convective and diffusive transport of oxygen and nutrients. So after a while, our microbes are going to start building this community in which there are going to be channels, like kind of like streets, alleys, places for different materials to infiltrate and exfiltrate the biofilm. So respiratory gases can get in. So if we have aerobic organisms, they'll get some oxygen, and organisms will be able to release things like carbon dioxide and other respiratory wastes out to the environment. If new nutrients are being added, they can get in through these convective and diffusive transport channels. So nutrients in, O2 in, out. So we've got some wastes, maybe some CO2. Maybe the CO2 is going to be picked up by some methanogens in an aerobic part of the cell, and they're going to convert it into methane. Many things can happen. Step 7 is going to be replication and growth, which are essentially going to be the same thing. Cells dividing, so where we had maybe some individual cells, maybe now we are getting binary fission occurring. Step 8 is going to be secretion of polysaccharide matrix. So essentially, some of the cells are going to be clustered, and they're going to have like an extra kind of slimy, gooey layer around them. It's going to increase the protection from any assaults on the biofilm with changing conditions, or if we try to treat them with antibiotics, ultraviolet light, things like that. Step 9 is going to be detachment, erosion, and sloughing. Which basically means like we can have like a chunk of the biofilm is going to break off with some of its polysaccharides, its exopolymers, and a few cells in there, and that piece can go on to colonize somewhere else, some new substratum, which is primed by the ambient table. Why did I say table there? That's not the word I want. Ambient molecules. Oops, sorry about that. Some new nutrient source, so we can go form a larger, newer, different biofilm somewhere else. So those are our 9 stages, pieces of the puzzle to biofilm formation.